Speaking of RA's Cy Young Award, you were representing both David Price and R.A. Dickey when they both won the Cy Young Awards, National League and American League. How did that affect you?
That was so exciting, and I guess I was trying to guard my own emotions because I was truly preparing myself for 2 second-place finishes. But I was so proud of both guys, and my wife pointed out to me that someone had put on Twitter that if you hire me, you're automatically guaranteed the Cy Young Award. So I kind of like to spread that around. But it was just a blessing, and what I think is really neat of those 2 guys is the moment they won, they wanted to start working on the second one. They're not guys that relish the material items. If you come in my office, I have more R.A. Dickey and David Price items than any other player, and it has nothing to do with their success or me liking them more or less than anyone else, but rather it's the fact they're not material people. And they were ready to drop their Cy Young Awards off at my office because they wanted to take that next step and start winning the second award and keep moving forward. And it really made me admire them for that, because I think with some folks it's easy to say, okay, I'm at the top of the mountain now, I'm going to take my award and just hang out. And neither one of these guys did that. They've continued to strive to get better, and that's been fun for me just to live through that with them.
Yeah, well, speaking of your office, you own McKinnis Sports Management. What is it like now going from being an agent of 3 college baseball players to owning your own business?
It's been fun. The transition's been really interesting though, because in the early days, as it was just me dealing with the players, I had very personal relationships with each guy, and that's what led to the success of my business. But as each player has appreciated me and they've told their teammates about me, now the teammates expect to be one-on-one with me. Well, that's a blessing, but it's also limited as to how large I can be. And so I enjoy it, I like how I've grown, but I've definitely stayed in the neighborhood of 20 active players at all times. And it's because I never wanted to take on additional agents and hire a player and say, okay, you're going to work with this guy. I wanted everyone to know that when they called, they could talk to me. So the only people that have ever worked for me have just been support people, just to give me extra arms and legs in the office. So I think that's where I've stood out in that sense. But it has been interesting to see the evolution of it, that because of the success I had in the early days and the reasons that I succeeded, it very much set the course that I would continue down that path, no matter how successful I was.
Well, it's probably the reason you're still successful is because you keep those interpersonal relationships personal.
I like to think so.
Yeah.